just a phrase. It's a real thing. It's been absolutely cynical.
Okay.
By folks who already have change the very nature of what we just actually undermine the industries that were here. And time again, Puerto Rico did not get the support it needed as it went into a healthcare crisis. It did not get the support it needed, of course, not surprisingly, from the Trump administration, nor after the hurricanes, the earthquakes. It's cynical, it's neo-colonialist what we're seeing here, and it has to be stopped. So I agree with Congressmember Velasquez. The Puerto Rican people cannot be held responsible for the very cynical actions of some very rapacious hedge funds.
Let's take a phone call. Samir, around Union Square, you're on WNYC with Mayor. Hello, Samir.
Hi, how's it going? Thank you for taking my call. I wanted to ask about the Fifth Avenue busway that was recently put on hold. So you came into office trying to take on the Tale of Two Cities, you launched Vision Zero, and however the past few weeks you chose to kill the busway with the recycling of Fifth Avenue. We face a climate crisis, we face the deadliest year on our streets since you took office, more than 220 individuals killed in crashes. Why are you siding with wealthy real estate developers and turning your back on everyday bus and bike riders who need their fast commutes and safety on our streets? Will you complete this project or will you leave office so we can save lives and save our planet? Thank you.
Well, Samir, respectfully, I'm sure your intentions are good, but I think your facts are fundamentally wrong. The fact is, not only did I institute Vision Zero, and we propelled it forward for 8 straight years, including during the pandemic. I'm the person who put busways in place, starting with 14th Street, and then we've expanded them around the borough. So I don't understand the memory problem some people have. If someone comes in, and there was no Vision Zero before me, respectfully, there was not busways before I did this. I'm very proud of it. It's making a huge impact. The decision on Fifth Avenue is a very temporary one.
All right, this is the spot here where bandwidth is going to go down and I'm going to drop. And when that happens, I'm not going to reconnect until I get past where this crappy spot is.
The busway is 100% happening. So, and that's been very clear publicly. So I would ask people, you can ask whatever you want, you can say whatever you want, but I really wish for folks who believe in these type of approaches, rather than start with bluntly a conspiracy theory, start with the fact that we have moved this agenda profoundly, and it's going to keep growing.
This is where we dropped last time, right here.
That's where the city is going.
Mr. Mayor, I think it's a very different bus question in Astoria, and you're on WNYC with the Mayor.
Been trying to get a bill for 289 out of committee, and it's so, I don't know, but
back on air? Come on air.
Safety of passengers that need licensed tour guides, and we're licensed by the city, and the city's doing nothing to protect those licenses. You know, what are we going to do about these, getting these tour guides back on the buses? What are we going to do about Intro 289A?
Andy, thank you very much. Familiar with this issue, Mr. Mayor?
I actually am happy Andy is familiarizing me with it, Brian, and I think Andy's got a good point. I did not know.
All right, well, let's see if we have file interruption.
And so systematically taking the human element out, I think that's a problem for not only the reason that Andy's raising in terms of safety impact, but also
one more time, what does that mean? You want to be
Commissioner Hank Guffin speak to you, and I'll have our team look into what's going on with that city council legislation, because you've got my attention. I think that's making a really good point.
We'll follow up too. I hadn't heard about it either. Andy, hang on. We'll take your contact.
Andy, give us your contact. Right, you got it. Right.
And Mr. Mayor, asked you about the deal announced yesterday for owners' debt relief that many drivers and their union are hailing as a lifesaver. On more favorable terms for them from your original plan, it will cap debt for any small owner at $200,000, cap monthly payments around $1,100 a month rather than $2,000 as the guarantor of the loans, if I've got these details right. My question is, we've talked about this before when you came out with the original plan. Why did it take a hunger strike the last 2 weeks to get the city to its latest version?
Well, what really happened was several things. One, Senator Schumer got involved, and it helped both sides understand there was a different approach. Because as you see, Brian, the approach that was achieved takes what we started and which a lot of drivers benefit from and adds on it. So it turned out that our basic approach to providing the help for the drivers, the $65 million program that passed through the city council in June, was an effective approach. But it's also fair to say the drivers needed the help. The original plan we heard for the drivers, I think, was very, very well intentioned, but there were problems that we thought both legally and ultimately potentially cost problems. We needed a different approach, and Senator Schumer helped us find, in effect, a third way. I want to give a lot of credit to the Transit Workers Alliance. They fought very hard for the members. They were willing to come to. I'm sorry, you're right. My apologies. You caught me. I'm thinking of a different organization. Taxi Workers Alliance. Well done, Brian. Excellent. It's like big walk for the members. When we got back and different alternatives and seeing what our initial plan had done and how it could be improved, we actually, within a matter of days, found another approach and agreed to it and announced it yesterday. We're adding $50 million more to the program, and it's going to really, as you said, it's going to reduce what the drivers have to pay. They still do have debt, but it's going to make it much more manageable. And it's just one of these situations where not clear, but time people started to get together and finding shared values that actually work.
Is there a lesson kind of stories that we've talked about already for how quickly you or any other mayor involves union mandate before you start talking to the unions? I think even Eric Adams has said a version of that. And in this case, Baravi Desai and the Taxi Workers Alliance was so opposed. She came on the show and she was really upset for her workers with a proposed solution that you had originally come to. Now you had to go back and come to yes on a second pass. Is there a lesson in that?
I think they're very different situations. I think the tax had getting we looked at for a lot of discussions with them over time. We looked at and thought, yeah, there were legal problems. There was exposure for the city that wasn't going to win. Our plan did pass the city council. It was hundreds.
All right. That is the loop.
To be helped. But what we needed was basically a hybrid of the two.
That is the loop.
We got there, and there was always a willingness to find.
I will see you all
for a long time. People
soon.
couldn't think of another alternative, and that's why I give Senator Schumer a lot of credit. He called me up and he said, "Why don't you try